They told us the gods were watching, that every prayer was heard, that every sacrifice mattered. But what happens when nobody answers? Back when the cathedrals clawed into the sky, we were told every answer waited after we died. So we knelt in the dirt through the blood and the grief, put our faith in the heavens and our trust and belief. Every candle we lit was another soul burning. Every page that we turned was another lesson learning. We gave them devotion, emotion, and blood, built the names in the stone through the tears in the mud, raised kingdoms in the image, carved their stories in bone. Certain someone was watching from a heavenly throne. Years kept passing, not a word, not a sign, just more loss in our hearts and more graves left behind. Every promise got buried and left there to decay, but we swallowed our doubts and kept praying anyway. In gods we trusted, look what it made of us. Hands to the sky, knees in the mud. Built them a kingdom, paid for it in blood. We crossed through hell, we crossed through heaven, just to find nobody watching. The sickness came creeping through the city at night, turning neighbors into strangers, turning wrong into right. Every church filled with panic, every preacher looked pale, cause the stories they were selling started visibly failing. The rivers ran black and the harvest withered away, while the faithful kept begging for another day. Children asked where the gods were and nobody knew, just a silence so heavy that it cut straight through. Then the whisper started rising from the shadows below, saying heaven's been abandoned longer than you know, saying all of your prayers never reached the throne, cause the kings of creation left the kingdom alone. Every war, every grave, every innocent dead, every promise of salvation left to rot with the dead. We trusted, look what it made of us. Hands to the sky, knees in the mud. I built them a kingdom, paid for it in blood. We crossed through hell, we crossed through heaven, just to find nobody watch. So I gathered every soul that had been left behind, every broken believer that I could find, the forgotten, betrayed, and the scarred by the lie, every heart that still burned with the need to know why. We crossed valleys of ruin where the lost spirits cried, past the bones of old empires that had already died. And one night through the thunder we finally saw golden towers on the horizon stained with flaws, like a corpse wearing jewels while it's starting to decay. A kingdom still standing long after hope walked away. The gates stood open wide, but the silence felt wrong, like the place had been abandoned all along. In gods we trusted, look what it made of us. Hands to the sky, knees in the mud. Built them a kingdom, paid for it in blood. We crossed through hell, we crossed through heaven, just to find nobody watching. The gates opened slowly, no angels sang, no choir echoed, no heavenly light remained, only silence. Nobody had been there for a very long time. Inside the throne room sat a crown all alone, buried in dust on a forgotten throne. No gods remain, no ruler survived, just ghost of a kingdom that withered and died. Every prayer we've spoken dissolved in the air, every sacrifice offered vanished into nowhere. Every mother that cried, every father that bled, built a mountain of sorrow beneath all the dead. The gods never loved us, they just loved the praise and abandoned creation. At the end of their days, they wanted devotion, they wanted belief, they wanted obedience, they fed on our grief. So I grabbed that crown and I threw it away, watched it break on the floor where the silence lay. And standing inside where the God should have been, we learned we were alone from the very beginning. In gods we trusted, look what it made of us. Hands to the sky, knees in the mud. I built them a kingdom, paid for it in blood. We crossed through hell, we crossed through heaven, just to find nobody watching. Empty throne, broken crown. the silence was louder than all of our prayers. Empty throne, broken crown. The throne was empty. The gods were gone. The prayers were never answered. And the silence was the only thing listening.